Divorce is the legal split of a marriage. Major causes of divorce are lack of commitment, infidelity, domestic violence, substance abuse, and biting economy. More divorcees blame their partners than themselves. The family is the nuclear unit of a society. Consequently, whatever the family background of any politician, male or female, will certainly affect his behavior and performance in the political arena. Sociologists and human behavioral psychologists have established that children from broken homes lack a lot in good upbringing, especially in social interaction, negotiations, and effective networking, which are the hallmark of political cultural interactions. Many religions, which are the moral constitutions of vast communities worldwide, build on corporate worship, which also protects the existence of the bodies. Even the Holy Bible said in Matthew 18 verse 20 that when 2 or 3 are gathered together, the Lord Almighty is in their midst. So the early healthy interaction of a child within a nucleus of many other varied disagreements with family members, with added advantage of moral education for existential networking, greatly affects the behavior of persons later in life, no matter his or her chosen endeavor. On those assumptions, one can postulate that the high rate of divorce in Nigeria today is definitely having a backlash on the maturing of the nation's nascent democracy. This can highly be seen in the gross lack of accommodation of divergent opinions, high presence of ivories, corruption, thuggery, nepotism, and lots of electoral fraud. So, looking at the high rate of divorce in the country and the quest for political participation, can a divorcee effectively participate in politics and hold political offices, as well as guarantee functional and speedy deliverance of democracy dividends?
Actually, to me, I believe it should not be a barrier, because we don't know what that person suffers in her marriage and she decided to leave. And being a divorcee does not make you a senseless woman. What we need in this country is somebody who will lead us to the promised land. Actually, some men, they are divorcee and they are still governing us. So gender or whatever one is passing through should not be a barrier. All that we need somebody that has the wisdom to govern us and take us to the promised land. I will advise the women to hold their marriage sacred, so that when you have the ability to manage your home, you will have the capacity to manage situation around you. Divorce
or no divorce, it doesn't stop each partner from divorced partner from participating in politics under the fundamental human rights. You can exercise your franchise and participate in politics. Once you are divorced, when you are marrying, it becomes 1 + 1 = 1. But when you are divorced, then you go your separate way. It doesn't deprive you of the fundamental human rights. Once you are divorced, each partner becomes independent. You can, you are put in the original form before you got married. It can be interpreted that because of the marriage, that's why he or she was unable to participate in politics. So once you are divorced, now that becomes a little freedom, to contribute to the nation by virtue of your profession. The issue of
divorced women being into politics, I don't think there's any disadvantage in it. I don't think it's even wrong, because both women we're talking about, they are all career women. Funke Akindele is a career woman, successful career woman for that matter. Then Tonto Dike is also a career woman too. I don't think it should deter any woman from politics. The fact that a man does not fully complete a woman, the fact that a woman is not married or divorced, is not a yardstick to measure the quality of leadership the woman will bring into politics. I think they should be given a chance. Any woman at all should be given a chance in politics. Politics should not be measured by your education, your constituency, or your marital status. Provided you are a responsible woman, if you can cater for your home, you can cater for the nation. That's my opinion. That's in itself discriminatory, because divorce has got nothing to do with your involvement in politics. It's what should be of concern to the citizen is whether this person is capable and able to deliver on the goals, on the plans
when they decide to get into politics. That is what we quarrel about. That is stigmatization. You are trying to stigmatize these persons to dissuade them from contributing their quota to the nation. The fact that they are divorced does not make them incapable of participating in politics. So I do not think being divorced has anything to do with their involvement in politics. In fact, whoever uses that as a campaign mechanism against them should be charged to court, because that in itself is what the VAP law is against. Violence, that is violence, emotional violence against them. So they should be charged to court. That is hate speech and should be discouraged in our society. What you should look at is this woman capable? What are her contributions to the society thus far? And what does she have upstairs to deliver if the person comes on board? Because there's a saying that says, if you want something, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. That means the women, they have the capability of ensuring that something is done.
Narrowing this narrative of divorce vis-a-vis development of political culture in Nigeria, one can safely observe that many politicians who have played key roles in modeling and remodeling national and local policies which have shaped and unshaped the nation's quest for development are assumed happily married couples. So what is wrong with the science of a stable home, producing sound minds and characters? Or is it the case that some couples are unable to work around opposing views?
Marriage is a union that two people must come together. Just like the Bible says, Amos 3:3 said, can two come together except they agree? So you can agree in marriage and disagree in a marriage. If a woman married today, your husband is beating you, is molesting you, you cannot be in that such a marriage. You can quit to save your life. That doesn't mean you don't have the potential to govern our country. It's all about what you have in upstairs. Remember that the way you manage company, the way you manage country is different from the way you manage your home. So the two are not the same. Women that divorce, in my own opinion, they can participate in politics. All we are looking for is the credential, the pedigree, what they can offer, their personal word manifesto, so they can participate.
What marriage does to individual is it builds perseverance, it builds tolerance, it builds resilience, and it builds maturity. So this quality, people tend to look at it when it comes to leadership. So when you are going to politics, you are going there for leadership. And for you to have leadership quality, for you to be successful in leadership, you must have this quality of relationship. Because marriage has to do with relationship. So, and you are going out there to manage people, comes to relationship. And they see that, and you are the voice. So when it comes to this part of the world, it's a criteria. They see it as, because being married is a sign of responsibility too. And you coming to a leadership is a sign of responsibility. But it's not supposed to be so, because coming to leadership, because politics, when you are going to politics, is leadership you are going to. And coming to marriage, people tend to tie it together. As if you cannot manage your home, how can you manage with other people? Because in managing people, people will offend you. In managing people, people will do all sorts of things, and it all depends on your tolerance level, or resilience level, or patient level that you can deal with those people. So you cannot deal with just somebody, two of you, and you cannot deal with his excesses or our excesses. You cannot tolerate our excesses. How can you tolerate people outside? And people tend to look at it this way. But 100%, to me, I have nothing against the divorcee going to politics, because everybody has something to give in different direction. Then you you are not married, because there are some persons who are in abusive marriage, because they left their marriage and they want to pursue a career in politics, you said they should not pursue because they couldn't. Maybe it wasn't their fault, you know. So to me, I will not condemn anybody that is going to politics who is a divorcee. And that one will not disturb me or stop me from voting or electing the person. It depends on the situation. But marriage is a beauty ground for leadership.
In reality, politics and political leanings often have huge impact on the stability of relationships and marriages. Effect of separation has been widely studied in the social sciences, showing that divorce will affect party choice. In addition, researchers have established that divorce has terrible impact on people's political involvement and party preferences. So when next one wants to vote, it is better to check and recheck the background of one's preferred candidate for effective representation. Caroline Okonji on Special Reports.